Follow up to the reconstruction of the Enicar watch. In the external, I completely replaced the crystal, the lume on the hands, but never touched the rest of the dial, and put here a nice expandable bracelet of the time period. You could use it in any case with other kind of nylon straps, as we see here in this other Enicar. This is a typical nylon watch strap of the 50s in another 50 Fathom watch, and here you see the nylon version, also of the same time period, in this Zipper 600. Well, the watch is running. Now I will show what I did inside the watch. On the inside of the watch, as I said in the previous video, I had to replace this crown wheel. Then I put a new main barrel, main winding bridge, and a new screw here, and also replaced the inside bayonet locking wire. This is a kind of a washer which goes inside the groove of the case. So the watch is now running accurately. When you close, when you shut this kind of bayonet cases, you must first align this line here with the crown, because this is the way that the case will close, shut, and then you can turn a quarter and it will shut. This may still be adjusted, but okay. As I said, the watch is finally back to life again. I'm collecting these watches, the evolution of the Enicar Zipper. We see this example of the early 50s, which already had these turtle locks on the case, and it reads here Zipper. One thing to note is that the watch stood many years in a drawer, and you see here more or less it was on the 13 minutes, and the radium indexes, no, the radium on the hands really damaged the dial. There is some issue here because the luminous substance does not glow perhaps any longer, but the material is still radioactive. But then, as said, Enicar had this contract with Healthways, the diving equipment manufacturer, and so they prepared the so-called Healthways 100 Fathom in relation to the water tightness until 600 feet. And finally, some years later, these watches are from 1955. Finally, later on, they continued to produce the Zipper 600 feet, but still with those big luminous indexes here. But the case had no longer the turtle locks, so just normal, but they still retain the water tightness. You can see here that this watch already began to be defined as a Sherpa. Sherpa is the long time discussion because somebody credited Enicar with fitting the first watches with climbed the Everest, also in the 50s. So this is a nice, if you go further on, then the Enicar watch mainly relied on Sherpas, and then you have this Sherpa OPS or Sherpa Ops, which had an internal revolving bezel, sometimes with time zones and so on. But I stopped my collection here. So, goodbye.